Dallas has just been on a tear. I believe we can attribute that to Jason Robertson. Also, Jake Ottinger, who's really stepped in.
Yeah, so we can compare a rookie QB to a toddler. Hayward's absence for this game will be significant, and I wouldn't be surprised if this game turns into a blowout as of late.
The Golden Knights just can't pull it. I really think the Avalanche are determined this year.
They made so many moves and grabbed so many guys that they have to win a championship or at least make the finals. They were on our championship and bust.
The same self, the only year he won an MVP was the year he cheated, which really should put something against that MVP. But
yeah, and as a Cowboys fan, I have learned how dangerously good Aaron Rodgers has been with he can just thread a pass.
Hello, I am Ruby Ackerman, and you are listening to Outsider's Opinion with Kevin and Austin.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to our NFL Opinions of the Week. I'm Kevin, and I'm joined by the Dalvin Cook truther, Austin.
yeah, I don't know if I'd go that far, but I do believe he is someone that didn't deserve to be cut by the Vikings, and now he's on the Jets with a pretty scary offense around him.
Yes, and it's all because of the sacrifice of Aaron Rodgers. He's taken like one of the biggest pay cuts in history. Did you see that Adam Schefter tweet?
I did not.
It was an Adam Schefter tweet where it was very like, man, we've never seen a player of Aaron Rodgers' caliber take a pay cut like he did, and this allows them to have the option to sign Dalvin Cook. It was.
Didn't Brady do it every year of his career?
I know. It was just so out of the blue and so copy and paste from Aaron Rodgers' like agents. So that's what I thought. But it is a good move for the Jets because now they have a pretty stacked run game.
Yeah, I don't think they have many holes on that offense, and that definitely makes them a scary team in a very good division with a lot of contenders.
Yeah, I think the only hole could maybe be their offensive line.
Their offensive line, as long as they're healthy, is still
that's
pretty good.
Issue for me because it's their left tackle, I believe. Okay, it says Billy Turner. I thought it was Dwayne Brown. And then I guess they have Mekhi Becton. They have Breece Hall, Dalvin Cook, Michael Carter. And Dalvin Cook for $8 million. I thought he was going to get around 10, but $8 million works.
Yeah, and I think that, again, just like we'll get to the Zeke contract here in a bit, fit matters, and going for a ring is definitely something that I feel like Cook is doing here.
Yeah, and it's going to be a fun offense. And yeah, so let's get to Zeke, and I feel Zeke does have value. It's just his value didn't match the contract. I don't think any running back could live up to that contract that the Cowboys gave him.
I disagree because we've seen many great seasons from Henry, and I do think that he could fill it, or maybe Austin Eckler or CMC, but Zeke definitely didn't, and he's still benefiting off of it. The Cowboys do save some money by cutting him, but they're still going to pay him about $6 million this year and next year for him doing nothing with the team.
Yeah, and maybe he was waiting for a deal to see if someone was going to give him a lot of money. But yeah, with the Patriots, I like the fit, like you were talking about. He's a good pass blocking guy, and I feel he's a good goal line running back or 1 yard running back.
Yeah, I agree. He definitely can get. He's a bigger running back, and him getting short yardage gains is good. He's also, like I mentioned many times on this topic before, he's one of the best pass blocking running backs in the league. So he does have value in other areas.
And for a value of $3 million, I thought he was going to get $5 million, but $3 million's pretty low. So good value for all that. And
yeah.
And then I was going to look at the Patriots depth chart. They're a team where this is like we talked about in our other videos about the running back. They're a team where he will fit well into that committee of running backs.
Yeah, and it is pretty for both of these guys. The running back room is pretty deep, and that's always good for teams, especially teams we've seen go far. I do think it's very interesting that both of these signings happen in the same division, and I don't think there's any weak teams in these divisions if everyone stays healthy and Belichick can kind of grow that defense a little bit more.
Yeah, and the starting running back is Ramondre Stevenson. Then you got Zeke, and then you got Ty Montgomery. So that's something we could see. Another committee. Yeah, that is interesting how they will play. And the Cowboys play the Patriots in week 4. So that's also a little fun news that will probably be overhyped by ESPN with Zeke returning to Dallas.
Yeah, that'll definitely be a big game. I think that, I mean, I'm sure you saw Micah Parsons' tweet where he said that Zeke is going to go for 2,000 yards. And if that does happen, a lot of those yards may come against the Cowboys.
Yeah, we'll have to see. I missed that tweet from Micah, but another thing I was trying to think. Yeah, Zeke, and it'll be overhyped by the media. But I wonder if we're gonna get a highlight reel. They have to do a highlight reel, right? Jerry's got to do one. I just hope they include the last play he ever did as a Cowboy.
I don't think that will be in the highlight reel, but maybe if you ask enough times, it will.
For anyone not remembering, the last play was when he was at center, which is hilarious. I actually thought he might have come back to the Cowboys for Ronald because of the Ronald Jones news, but yeah. Same thing with Dalvin Cook. I thought they could have returned because the teams may have been like, well, we'll give you a new deal, but didn't work out.
Yeah, I think with both of these signings that they're going to really shape how the market of running backs after their first deal really happens. Both of these guys were released after signing bigger contracts with the teams that drafted them and having a pretty fruitful career with those teams. But the longevity of the running backs in the league is kind of going to be affected by these bigger names guys after they are on now their second contract.
Yeah, and I trying to think that's a good thing as well. We'll have to see what if Jonathan Taylor changes anything, but I'm trying to think. I thought there were some other running backs, but so I wonder if we see any other dominoes fall.
Do you want to do some stat predictions for both of these guys?
Oh, that'd be fun. Yeah, I like that. Let me. Do you have predictions or?
No, I didn't prepare anything, but
Okay.
I think we could do a rushing yards and touchdowns.
Okay. What was the barometer? I just wanted a barometer. What was Oh, why am I forgetting his name? Cardinals running back from a few years ago. That huge fantasy.
David Johnson before you
No,
got
not David Johnson. It was the former Steeler,
James Conner.
James Conner. How many touchdowns did he have?
15.
15. That was his big year.
That was a big year.
Okay. I just want to constitute. Okay. All right, then I have some Zeke. I have a Zeke prediction. I'm gonna go 500 rushing yards, 9 touchdowns.
500
Yeah,
and 9 touchdowns. Wow, that's
9
not many yards.
yeah, I don't think so. I think he's gonna be. He might be a good fantasy pickup. I may draft him. We'll see.
For Zeke, I think he does have a bounce back year, and I don't really trust Ramondre getting those third down or goal line touches. So I'll go 1,000 yards, 10 touchdowns.
Okay, all right. We'll see about that. Dalvin Cook. I'll probably go. Man, this is a tough prediction because he's. I'm gonna go 850 yards, and then I'm gonna go 10 touchdowns.
So you're projecting a pretty steep drop off from last year, where Dalvin Cook almost had 1,200.
Yeah, I feel I just don't know if he's going to be the bell cow or if they're going to alternate. Because you also have Michael Carter and Brees Hall.
Yeah, Carter struggled last year, and I'm not really trusting fully a Brees Hall coming off of injuries. So I'll go probably. I do think he'll be run last, so I'll go 950, but I'll go 7 touchdowns.
Okay. Yeah, he's difficult because, and Zeke's also a little bit difficult just because of how do the committees work. Because I felt the Jets were fine at running back. Now they're better, of course, but it's like, do you think Michael Carter gets traded or Brees Hall gets traded?
No, I mean maybe
Okay.
Carter, but again, I'm not that really high on Michael Carter. I wasn't I was last year at the start of the year, but then he had some poor games, and Brees Hall took over, and then Brees Hall got hurt, and Michael Carter still seemed to struggle. Carter last year had 3.5 yards per attempt and only 400 yards, and that's in 16 games. I don't necessarily think he's even close to the level that Hall or Cook is at, so I could see
Okay.
him getting traded.
Gotcha. Okay. And I don't think it would be much. I think James Robinson was traded for like a 5th-round pick or something last year.
Something like that.
So I think something along the lines for that if someone wanted to trade for him. But yeah, that's all we got. Any final thoughts, Austin?
No.
All right. Let us know what you think. Let us know in the comments if we forgot anything. And make sure to check out all our other running back videos.